Thank you very much, learner. I welcome all of you in this first week seminar. My name is Dr. Wahid Mughal, and I'm your seminar tutor. Today, our objective is to develop our understanding how to formulate a research question. So, what is a research? A research is a systematic process of investigating into a social or scientific matter to establish facts or to find new information or to validate or replicate the existing information. The main objective of research is to develop your knowledge and to find out the reality. So how you can find out the reality, how you can find out something if you don't know already. You can only find out something by inquiring, by asking question, by doing some test, whether statistically or in the laboratory. It all depends upon what type of research you are doing. The first thing in your research is to find a topic, to choose a topic. So research topic is much more important than anything else in your final year project. How you will find a topic? First thing you need to consider, the topic should be interesting, and relevant to the discipline, relevant to the subject, and you are really interested in this topic and you want to find out some aspect of it. So, how you will choose a topic? I personally suggest you during your taught modules, you come across different theories. Your main lecturers, the module leaders, when they deliver the lectures, they discuss with you the theories, the implications, and a lot of ideas. So you need to start working during that process and just try to find a topic which you think is much more interesting to you, or you think it is very much relevant and you are interested to explore it further. Secondly, it should be relevant to your career ambitions as well, because when you go for interview after graduation, the interviewer, the employer, they can ask you about your research interest and what dissertation you did during your graduation or your master degree. So this is very much relevant. And secondly, the topic should be within your own discipline. For example, if you are doing international business, marketing, human resource management, whatever the taught module you are doing, ideally it is far better to select your topic within these disciplines, because you are already aware of the basic theories and knowledge about it. After you have selected the topic, you have to introduce your topic. This is known as introduction or background study. So in the background study or in the introduction section, you will give introduction of your topic and you will introduce some existing theories, the knowledge, the existing debates, what's going on, and little bit knowledge about the other studies, what other people are doing in this field, in this area, and what you are going to do, what is special for you, why you have selected this topic, what attracted you, and if you find any gap in the existing literature, this is the section where you need to identify to draw attention of the readers. After that, you design aims and objective of your research. So when you design your aim and objective, please just be specific when you write your aims and objective, and keep in your mind your aims and objective should be linked to your research topic, or they are reflection of your research topic. So after you have specified your aims and objective, then you need to formulate a research question, or before that you can go for the literature review, where you have to critically evaluate some relevant studies in your field, and then you need to come out, look, this is existing debates, and here I'm further doing this research. Depends upon what objectives of your research are. Might be you are replicating, you are expanding the existing size, sample size, someone has done already, or you are taking the same site to another area, another field, another industry, where you feel this is a gap and not much more has been said before, then you identify the gap and you can also formulate that such question. So either in the introduction section, you can just little bit introduction about where is the gap, what's going on, and then in the literature review section, you can give a brief about it. So then you, through your literature review, you design your research question, and this is our agenda today, to develop understanding how to formulate a good research question. And then your research questions, they guide you what type of research methodology you need to follow to answer your question, whether you need to adopt qualitative research approach. You need qualitative research approach if you want to investigate a problem through human perspective. You want to know things through the people thoughts, or what the people think, what are their perspectives, how they feel, something like that. But if you are after measure something, to gauge something, then definitely you will go for quantitative research approach, where you will do some statistical procedure to measure something. So the basic thing is, if you want to get your answer in words, you will follow qualitative research approach. But if you want to answer in number and figures, then you will follow quantitative research approach. After this section, you will decide how you will analyze the data, what tool you will use, and a lot of support available in the Bruno library. For example, if you need support in basic mathematics, statistical procedure, so you can consult to the relevant center to develop your skills. After you analyze the data, you interpret the data, you present your finding, and then if you find any further area of research, you identify the further gaps, and then you give your conclusion. Your proposal in the final year project, it will be presentation maximum 3 pages. It will be carrying your research title, your aim or objective, little bit introduction about the topic, little bit overview of the literature, because you are limited to only 3 pages, and then what are your aim or objective, what are your research question, what research methodology you will follow, and what are the tool of data analysis you will use, and what are the key resources of literature you will consult in your project. So you will give a 3-page presentation, research proposal, but please do not forget to include the ethical form. No research is conducted without ethical approval, and at Baylor University, we strictly follow the ethical procedures of research, especially when it's involved the humans or other laboratory or things like that. You have to have a ethical approval of research. If you do not submit the ethical approval form, then you are not able to proceed with your research. So let's come to the point, how you will formulate a question. You should consider a question should be measurable. Question should be you can do within the time frame. Question should be like that, like it draw the attention of the readers, the examiner, the researcher, or the audience you are addressing. It's something like look like very much alert. Someone say, "Oh, is it?" So you create interest through your questions. Question is not a straightaway statement, but question is something you want to inquire, you want to investigate, and the language of the question should be reflecting your investigative nature, or the behavior, or it's really something you want to investigate or investigatable. Here, the first and foremost thing is, when you start thinking to formulate a question, you need to consider SMART rule. It should be specific, focused, it should be measurable, it should be accurate, it should be anchored within the time frame. So these things you need to consider when you formulate a such question. please do not formulate a such question. They are too broad or too narrow. For example, you say, why the student drop out of school? Is a broad question. So many reasons. So you are not focused, it's not specific. But if you say like that, why the student drop out of school, broad. But if you say, what are the social and economic factors that make students to drop out of school before they complete their secondary education? So here is a very specific. You are only focusing on social and economic factor. Similarly, you say, look, how many commuters they use London Bridge Station in the last week or in the last month. So this is the close-ended question. You will get the answer in number, 10,000, 20,000, something like that. So when you formulate the question, please do not bring the close-ended question. The close-ended question are where you get the answer only in number and figures. But always use the open-ended question. Open-ended question are where they are giving opportunity the interviewees to explain more and more thing and be specific as well. For example, if you say, what are the challenges the commuters are facing on the underground railway station after the COVID-19 lockdown eased? So is something you can research, you can explore the challenges. It's very specific. The people can tell you the different things, or even you can further narrow down. You can relate it to the different social economic factors or the health issues or whatever it is. But you have to be specific when you formulate your research question. And again, another important thing is the research question should be linked to your aims and objective and your research title. If your aims and objective of the research and the title of the research, they are not matching with the research question, you will struggle. So they are coherent, like everything is systematic, is stage by stage, level by level, like you are they are interlinked. You are linking them with your research objective and with your research topic as well. So always design the open-ended question if you are doing a qualitative research. So when you formulate a question, please do not make them too complicated, because you have limited time frame to answer the question, and you have to consider the available resources as well, the time frame, the available resources, whether you can do it, whether you can manage it within the time limits, and within your financial resources as well, because sometimes it costs you a lot. When you do the research, might be it's costly for you. You have to consider all these things, and you have to ask yourself, really is it doable, is it searchable, can I do it? And then look around whether the data is available or not. My personal experience tells me sometimes the student they formulate very good question, but unfortunately they are not able to access the data required to answer those questions. So please keep these things in your mind when you formulate such question. Keep in your mind whether the participant, if you are thinking to interview the people, whether the participant they are easily available, you can access them, they have time for you, and then what media you will use to approach your participant. For example, if you are doing interviews, so whether they will be face-to-face interview, and in the current situation when the face-to-face interaction people are hesitant, or they are not willing to have a face-to-face interaction with some unknown people. So you have to come up with different strategies. It could be digital, it could be online. You can use other tools online to conduct the interviews. So you have to consider all these things, whether the data is available, whether you can approach the participants, whether the research question they are relevant to your discipline, to your topic and everything. Why, what, where, how, when. So these are the indicative words for the research questions. But again, I'm repeating my words. You have to be specific. The question should not be too narrow or too broad. They are very specific. You're focused. The research question basically reflect like how much focused you are. So when you formulate the research question, it's always good when you prepare your research proposal, consult with your module leader, with your seminar tutor to discuss with them. It is an opportunity for you. For example, if you want to discuss something with me, I have office hour. You can send me an email. I'm very happy to have interaction with you. We discuss with you your research ambitions, and you can formulate some question and you can discuss with me whether they are doable, searchable, or not. So this is opportunity for you during the preparation of the research proposal. You need to keep touch with your module leaders, with your teachers, and with your seminar tutors. When you develop the research questions, so think about whether you can have some relevant theories or not, because they should be academic. They not be like a general statement. So when we say the academic, you need to consider whether you can link them to the theories. You can design a conceptual framework. Whether already something is available where you can take it further, because at this level, undergraduate or postgraduate level, we are not expecting from you will discover something new, but yes, main objective is to develop your understanding and abilities how to conduct research independently and how to do some critical evaluation of your findings and of your research process. So when you develop your research question, you need to consider the available theories in your discipline, how you can relate them, and then how you can discuss them with how can you engage in academic discussions through your research question. So these are the basic things you need to consider, and we are very happy to help you. You are welcome to contact me anytime. You can send an email, then we can make an appointment and we could discuss it further. Thank you very much.